So I've generated over $20 million over the last 3 years on the behalf of our clients at my e-commerce marketing agency. And today I'm unveiling everything. So no secrets will be kept, no gatekeeping at all. Everything's on the table. In my process of doing this, I've worked with pretty much every single app platform you can think of. I've worked with local businesses such as dietitians, nutritionists, fitness and personal trainers. I've been working with e-commerce brand owners for the last 2 or so years in, again, beauty, skincare, fashion, jewelry. And during this process, I've also experimented with different things, offering media buying and creative editing, offering just creative editing, offering UGC and different campaign ad structure, or repurposing TikTok into Facebook. Look, I've tried many different business types and industries and failed many times, and now amassed all of these learnings and observations into knowing how or what makes an ad that can profitably spend millions versus an ad that simply fails. And I've compiled all those takeaways into a simple 4-step formula that you can, quite frankly, copy and paste into your business or your clients' businesses that will allow you to generate millions in ad revenue. So when first making an ad, step 1 is about market research. So for the sake of this video, I'll use a brand called Nomisk, which I personally like their ads and the brand and website in general, and heard a lot of great things about their scaling stories. So we'll just take them as an example. They sell a period/a cramp helper, if that makes sense. So if I go now to market research, well, how do you do market research? Well, you usually start with product research. So researching more about the product itself. What does it do better than the competitors? Why is that better than competitors? What are the features and benefits of that product? Why do people even like such a product? How do I do that research? I go through the website of the brand in question. I go through competitors' website. I ask ChatGPT, what do you think about X product? What are the different features and benefits you think are usually most appealing to my audience? And I would finally scrape things like Amazon reviews to also learn more about a specific product like that one. So that's kind of step 1 of my research process. Then I go more into the audience. Like, why would my audience buy this? What keeps them up at night? What can they tell me? What can't they tell me? And I go really into researching about the desires of that specific audience. Now, I'll clean up that data, usually format it into a Google Sheet or a Google document. You can actually find more about my entire research and part of my creative editing process in the latest creative editing workflow video that we posted on the channel. Now, part number 2, again with Nomisk, now I have my features, I have my desires, I have the benefits, I know why people usually want to buy a product like mine. I get into phase 2, which is concepting and positioning. At that point, what you want to do is figure out your positioning, the targets, right? The force by which you will attract the market. From the list of desires you would have found in your research, you identify the mass desires, the ones that are shared by the most amount of people and that are the deepest, the one that hurt, the one that most of your audience care at the deepest level. From there, what you'll want to do is you'll want to move over to the products. Now you have all the features, all the benefits, everything that your product can do better or different than a competitor. Okay, great. Do the same thing. What are the top 3 or 5 main core features that make you or your product great? You want to put those aside. So now you have your main desires and you have the main kind of features and mechanisms. If I look at Nomisk as an example, right? And this is me doing very little research and kind of going broad with you on this call. So I'll pick a product from Nomisk called the Maya for periods, okay, which is kind of one of their core products. If I look at specifications, I have dynamic heat and kneading massage technology, simple one-click operation, 3 massage settings, silent heat, deep massage, etc. I've got all my features listed right here. What are the main features that I think they have on their website? Well, I'd say first one is the 3 massage settings. Why? Because that is convenient for different phases of basically a woman's period, right? The start, the middle, the end, the whatever. It might be more intense in some days. You can control the different settings. The second feature I'd pick is the last 4 to 6 cycle, meaning you don't have to constantly like, oh, I'm on my period, I gotta charge my device now, wait for it. No, it's like, it's convenient. You got your period, cool. It'll last you actually for months to come with a single charge. And those would be the top 2 features I would pick. When it comes to massage, then I would match those to benefits. What are benefits in this case? Well, the fact that now that you have a heated massage pad on your stomach, you don't have to take as many painkillers. You don't have to take as many meds in general. So therefore, you kind of save your health in the long run. Benefit number 2 goes without saying that you just feel better, right? It doesn't leave you feeling like all down and like you can't really go go about your day-to-day, like makes you able and it empowers you to keep going with your day-to-day. That's a feature turned into a benefit. So that could be the main feature and benefit I would decide to go with to get started. Okay, so now I have features turned into benefits. Now I have the main market desire I have for this ad. Great, let me move on to the next step. Now you want to develop your avatar. What is my ideal customer profile? What do they look like? You do that by filling a questionnaire. Who are they? What is their age? What is their gender? Where do they live? What do they like? What do they dislike on a day-to-day basis? And don't just speak about your product. Speak more in general terms. Maybe that person likes to go to Starbucks, right? I'm thinking about nomads. Who do I want to target with that? I probably want to target a woman. They're 18 or, I mean, I could target younger, but for that matter, let's just talk about ads in general. They're 18 to, let's say, 30. Okay, they probably spend a lot of time scrolling on TikTok. They're probably somebody who's active on a day-to-day basis and just hate the fact that they have to kind of stay home whenever there's a period comes about. That's who they seem to be targeting. But that's how you would do it on the reverse. You go through your audience and you think, okay, I have this product to sell. I now know all the benefits and features it has. I now know all the desires somebody could emit to want that product. Now, who's that person? Who emits these desires? Who fits that product? Describe them in as much details as you can. Thoughts, fears, desires, and again, not necessarily product related. Think about their day-to-day life in general. Now, after doing that, you'll want to identify the strongest or most likely to be a market awareness level within that persona. All right. In other words, how aware is that person of your solution or product, right? Maybe they're completely unaware. They have never seen a product like yours because you're trying to target somebody very differently. It's okay. Maybe they're most aware. Maybe they already know of your brand because you've been in business for years and now you're simply launching a new offer to the same client. Okay. They already know about you. This is going to direct your angle, how your aim, essentially, exactly how you're going to aim, what type of bow you're going to need to shoot, right? It's going to determine essentially how close somebody is to you, your problem, your solution, or your product. Okay. So once you've determined that, as an example, Nomis, in that case, now at this point, there are a few period massagers, but not many to a point where I think it's saturated. They're probably not most aware. Maybe some of the girls are product aware, but more important than not, most of the people are solution or product aware. In other words, product aware means that they've seen other period massagers because they're starting to be pretty common now. Solution aware would mean they know that periods suck. They know that they have a problem where essentially they have a period and it sucks. They also know of solutions out there like painkillers, like potentially something similar to a massager, like a heated pad, but they probably don't know of your exact solution. So they're either solution or product aware for a case like Nomis. Then what I would do from there is feed all of that information from my research and concepting and positioning phase, which leads me to step 3 of an ad creation process, which is the step called ad creation. At that point, you move forward with ad concept, right? So at that point, you basically pick out from the information you have the combination you want to use. This is the desire I'm going to pick. This is the main feature and benefit I'm going to use in that product. This is the persona I'm going to target, and this is the market awareness levels I'm going to choose. I combine all of that together into this is the exact ad that I'm going to build. It has to fit these criteria. From there, you decide what type of ad you're going to build. How do you decide that? Well, first, you would look through, again, the market. What types of ads is my competition running? Are they mostly doing static? Are they mostly doing UGC? Are they mostly doing just videos, motion graphics? What is it they're running? That is if you've never run ads. If you've run ads, then you would look internally. What usually has worked best for my account? And you kind of take those ad types into consideration. And from there, you get into brief building. Do I build a brief for a UGC creator? Do I simply give my team a static ad example and tell them, hey, here is exactly what I need to fit into that ad. Here's the exact messaging on it. Here's how we're going to build that ad. Please edit me an ad like this. So this is where you decide essentially how to package this ad together, send it for editing, and get the end result back. Once you're done with step 3, you move forward with step 4, which is media buying. So at that point, what do you do with media buying? Well, you upload this ad. It's as simple as that. How do you structure your ad campaigns? I've shared countless times on the channel our DCT structure, which essentially is a 3-2-2 method. You have one broad targeting campaign. You have 3 ad sets inside of it, one main with any winning ads. If you don't have any winning ads, then you only go with dynamic creative tests, which are an ad set with a little setting turned on Meta called dynamic creative test. You add 3 creatives, 2 copy, 2 headlines per dynamic creative test. Every dynamic creative test is aligned with one concept. What is an ad concept? We just spoke about it. An ad concept is the accumulation essentially of one desire, one persona, one market awareness level, one feature and benefit, and angle you want to target. That is one concept. So every 3 ad, every 2 copy, every 2 headlines you have in that same dynamic creative test, they're all very similar. They're all aligned to the same concept, just small different tweaks and variations, allowing you to test more things using Meta's AI. From there, you want to keep a 3 to 7 day optimization cycle. Every 3 days, you look at the spend and ROAS, or cost per lead, of your dynamic creative tests. I'm going to leave a screenshot on screen right now for what optimization cycle you want to follow through with your ads. And based on that, you would analyze, rinse, and repeat repeat and move on to the iterating phase, which basically at that point, I would categorize the iterating phase a sub phase of media buying, because at this point, what you want to do is take whatever has won, do more of that. So basically go back to the concept. All right, this ad won. Why did it win? Let's look at the concept. And then at some point, you'll have enough winners to have a better understanding of why an ad has won. Let's say you have 5 winners now. Well, put all 5 together. Look at all 5 concepts. Are there commonalities on the desire? Are there commonalities on the persona? Are there commonalities in the awareness level? Are there commonalities in the ad type you used? So look at those and then start connecting the dots together and then making more of this combination. And now that you've gone through all of that, if you want some help, some actionable SOPs, or to kind of have a bit of a checklist to help you as you do all of these steps, check out the link down below and join a free school community where we have part of our process in there to help you look at as you build your own ads. And with that said, I invite you to check out the other videos referenced in today's video. They'll help you get more context and clarity on how to work through each of these different 4 key steps to accomplish to build a strong ad that'll help you or your clients generate millions in sales. Have an awesome day. Wish you best of luck with your advertising strategy, and ask me in the comments down below if you have any questions. Talk soon. Bye.